So you've got this one man who was the architect of a nation's entire defense system, and yet he was also this beloved president who inspired millions of young people. How? How does one person become both of those things? Well, today we're going to unpack the incredible story of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I mean, just look at this. On one hand, he was the missile man, the brain behind India's most powerful and advanced defense systems. But on the other hand, he was known as the people's president, a leader just celebrated for his humility and his amazing connection with country's youth. So, how do you square that circle? Let's find out. To really understand how he became this national icon, we've got to go back to the very beginning. His journey wasn't one of privilege, not at all. It was a story of resilience that started in the most humble of circumstances. He was born Avul Pakir Jainuddin Abdul Kalam in a small town in southern India. And even though his family didn't have a lot of money, they placed a huge value on education. And that, right there, would prove to be the foundation for his entire incredible future. As you can see from his path here, he was a really bright and curious student from a young age. After getting a degree in physics, he decided to follow his passion for flight. And you can see he made this pivotal switch to pursue aerospace engineering. This one move would basically set the stage for all the groundbreaking work he'd do in the years to come. So after finishing up his education, Dr. Kalam joined the Defense Research and Development Organization, or DRDO, and it was right here that he would start to build the first of his two powerful legacies. And here it is, the title that would make him a household name, the Missile Man of India. He didn't just stumble upon this nickname. He absolutely earned it through decades of tireless work, pushing to advance India's defense and space capabilities. He built India's defense capabilities pretty methodically, from the ground up. He started by leading the development of the country's first ever satellite launch vehicle. Then, he went on to spearhead these crucial ballistic missile programs like Agni and Prithvi, systems that were designed to give India a real strategic advantage. And ultimately, he was a key figure in developing India's nuclear program. A perfect example of his early brilliance was the successful launch of the Rohini-1 satellite. This event, back in 1980, wasn't just some technical achievement. It was a powerful statement that showed off his leadership and really put India on the map in the world of space tech. But his most defining moment as the missile man, well, that would come almost 2 decades later, in this single pivotal year. Yup. In 1998, under his guidance, India conducted the Pokhran-I nuclear tests. This event not only established India as a nuclear power on the world stage, which completely changed the strategic balance in the region, but it also solidified Dr. Kalam's legacy as the missile man for good. But the story of Dr. Kalam doesn't end there, not even close. The man who had spent his life building weapons of war was about to start a brand new chapter, one that would completely reshape his public image. In 2002, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam became the 11th president of India. This was a remarkable transition, right? Moving from the world of defense research to the highest office in the entire country. But he wasn't your typical president. No way. He totally redefined the office, shifting the focus away from just ceremony and more towards connection. He used his platform to engage with the public, especially young people, and became a huge advocate for education reform. He was famous for his interactive sessions with students all across the country. And these weren't just photo ops. They were real conversations where he'd listen to their ideas and inspire them to dream big. It showed his deep belief that the youth really held the key to India's future. This quote really sums up his core belief that education is the great equalizer. It's a tool that can unlock the creative spark in every single person. And it was this vision that earned him that title, the People's President. Dr. Kalam passed away in 2015, but his influence is far from over. His life story continues to inspire people, leaving behind a legacy that's both complex and just profoundly moving. His journey from a small town all the way to the presidential palace is just extraordinary. It's a testament to what one person can accomplish through sheer willpower and an unwavering commitment to their country's progress. And his legacy is still very much alive today. His autobiography, Wings of Fire, is still a huge source of inspiration. Foundations and educational programs are carrying on his work, and he continues to be a role model for aspiring scientists and young people all over the country. So, we come right back to our original question.
The missile man or the people's president? It's a fascinating duality, isn't it? Was his greater contribution the technology that secured a nation, or the inspiration that ignited millions of young minds? That's a question we're thinking about.